Alright, what's up guys? Blitzringer back with another review, and today I'm taking a look at the Wolverine, which came along with the Forge and the 2-pack by Hasbro. Alrighty, so first off, just a quick comment. If you hear any ticking noise or something like that, that is the fan, because it's really hot over here today, and I needed to have the fan on because the air conditioner is way too loud, but I need to have something on, so the fan was the best option possible. Alright, so now with that out of the way, let's get to the review of this action figure. Alright, I don't know why I stalled there so much. Okay, so here we go. Right away, I have to say that this is for sure not the best figure ever made, and it's probably one of the worst Wolverines made. There's certain things that I like about it, and I'll get to it. But first, I'll just show you quickly some of the accessories that this figures bring. Very nice. All right. So, being a Hasbro figure, it's very common for them to have alternative heads. So he brings one more head. So you could see, it's kind of like a smirk. This is kind of a mad or an angry head, and then he has an angrier head. So here they are side by side. The heads are actually not too bad of a sculpt. I kind of don't know what it is, but I don't really like the upper part of the head sculpt. It's kind of a little weird. The eyebrows look a little awkward, and it kind of makes him look like a very old man or something like that. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't really work for me. I don't know. I prefer this head sculpt over to this one. But yeah, and I mean the hair is done kind of nicely to have that shape of the when he has his mask on and his classic comic book kind of look. So yeah, as far as exchanging the heads, it's a very simple. There's a really large ball joint, so you just pull. It's very simple. As you can see, there's the ball joint. On my figures, you can see it's a little loose, which is unfortunate, but I am planning to get one more to repaint it as the X-Force colors, just because I am able to find this 2-pack cheap. So now, as I said, this is very simple to exchange, but I am having all of a sudden a very tough time doing it. And there we go. So there's the head on the angry head. The angrier head is down here. So yeah, there you go. On the angry head, the head is actually painted well. On the angrier head, I noticed a lot of them have a lot of paint issues, such as the teeth area is not painted very well. As you can see, and a lot of the figures have like paint leaks going on and paint bleeding around the mouth area on this head sculpt, which is a little unfortunate, but what can you do? He also brings two alternative hands. He brings one, what is known in the SH Figure Arts community, the child molester hands. I don't know why it's but yeah, that's the name. And then there is the fist hand. So there you go. As far as removing these, it's also very simple. He has the claws, obviously, as the other alternative. So you just grab the hands, just pop them in there, and pop the other one, and there you go. And now you have Wolverine with his hands, not with the claws not out, basically. The claws, as most Wolverine figures, have the issue of bending, which is a little unfortunate, but that's kind of common for a lot of the Wolverine figures. This one's actually not too bad. It's pretty straight, but you'd have to kind of work on it to get them a little more spaced out, you know, to look nicer. And this one's kind of bad. They're all over the place, so I obviously have to take care of that to bend them back into shape. So that's all his accessories. So as you can see, he does bring quite a bit of stuff, actually. Sorry. Which is really cool about this figure. Now, as far as himself, I'm gonna zoom on in. We're gonna skip the head sculpt because I already covered that. during the part swapping. But as far as the paint here, it's actually not bad, and the sculpt is not too bad either. There are issues not even of paint leak, but of just bad quality control, which I'll show you in just a bit. First off, you might not notice it as much on video, but the yellows on his on the chest are much different than his on the elbows, and here it's noticeably different. The crotch area is the same color as the chest, so I don't know what happened there. I guess they just used different paint, or I'm not sure, maybe a different amount of layers. On my figure there are some paint bleeding going on, but not a lot, so it's not a big issue. The bigger issue that I have is this, where there's lack of paint. As you can see, I mean, there's a lot of paint missing on here, and it's not in an area where it's right up close. I mean, this practically up to the elbow, there's no blue paint where there should be. And when you bend the elbow, as you can see right there as well, and follows through all the way. So that's something that I definitely did not like, because as you can see here, it's not amazingly done, but it's much nicer than on this side, where there's basically just missing paint. But yeah, one thing I do like is the X on the suit is actually done really well. No paint leaks, and the belt is done very, very well. Good color choice, and very effective, and it stands out very well on the figure. The legs are very simple, just have some yellow straps with kind of nice detailing with the silver dots. And then when you go to the legs, I have again the same issue here. As you can see, no paint, which I find to be a little bit annoying. The back is actually much nicer done, because it's all the same color, as you can see. I don't know what's going on over here, it kind of looks awkward, but that's Hasbro for you. What can you do? Fortunately, this figure doesn't come alone in the pack, so he comes with Forge, which I will do a review on. And Forge is definitely a figure that's worth buying this set for. As far as just this Wolverine, if you were to, let's say, think of picking him up just to be your Wolverine, I would definitely advise otherwise, and look for a different Wolverine elsewhere, such as a Toy Biz Wolverine, or I mean, even some other Hasbro Wolverines are much better, are much more well done. What I do like is the actual color choices, because it's the classic kind of X-Men look. I do like that, but it's not very well done as a figure, so that's kind of unfortunate. For me, I do have this guy because I was able to find him really for a great price, him and Forge, and then I'm also planning to try to customize one of them, because I won't feel bad, because if I mess up with my customizing skills, it's not too bad, because it didn't cost me very much money. So overall, he's a decent figure. He's a decent figure. That was some Russian accent. But yeah, he's a decent. Now I went super deep. He's a decent figure, and I do like all the accessories. That's nice. And I mean, if you are a great customizer, I do think that you might be able to turn him into a very well done figure, because as far as his articulation, I mean, he still has all the Marvel, the ball jointed shoulders, the swivel above of the shoulder, the double jointed elbow, which is nice, the kind of replacement for a ball jointed wrist with a kind of a in, out. It can do everything that a ball jointed wrist would be able to do. He has the ab crunching joint, which is very deep on this figure. A good swivel at the waist. I don't like the hips, because it's those awkward joints where you have to kind of work it to get the leg to move. He has the cut above the thigh, double jointed knees, which is nice, and then a ball jointed ankle, so that's nice. So I mean, he does have a lot of articulation. He brings quite a bit of accessories. He let's put it this way, as a pack-in with Forge, he's great, and he's worth the value, especially if you can find the 2-pack for a good price. He's standard articulated, standard size. If you're interested, I have here, he has the 6 inches that he's supposed to be. I mean, I have his legs a little bent, so he is 6 inches though once straightened out. Other than that, I mean, he's a decent figure, let's put it that way. He's not a bad figure, not an awful figure, but he's not a great figure either. Alright, so that's pretty much all I have to say for this guy. Hope you enjoyed. Rate, comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.